Good morning, everyone. We would like to welcome you today to this webinar that will cover the benefits of the Running Industry Association's new freight discount program. And we thank you for taking time out of your day to join us. My name is Terry Shallow. I'm with the Running Industry Association. And we're really excited to be able to offer this new member benefit to you. We have, of course, with the Running Industry Association, we have a lot of benefits for our members. This one, however, our freight discount program is what we consider our flagship benefit, in that it is the one benefit that changes the conversation from why should I join the RIA to why wouldn't I join the RIA, because very simply put, your membership will allow you to participate in this program, and this program will save your store thousands of dollars a year in freight savings, and if not more, depending on the size of your store and how much freight you bring in. There's no catch. It's simply join the RIA, get signed up on the program, and start enjoying savings. Now, there's some complexity to the program in that it does require some participation on your part to get it set up correctly. It's a very manual process. So today we're inviting Steve Miskulin of Parcel Management Group to explain how it all works. Steve will tell you a little bit about his organization, but in short, Parcel Management Group is managing this program for the RIA. They're very capable partners, and Steve will go ahead and explain that. So again, thank you for joining today. I think you're going to find this information very compelling. Be sure to read the FAQ document that we've also provided you, and we're looking forward to having you participate in this program. With that, I'll turn it over to Steve Miskulin. And Steve, thanks for joining us today.
Well, thank you, Terry, and hello, everybody. I certainly appreciate your time today. Again, my name is Steve. I'm the CEO and managing partner of the freight consulting firm Parcel Management Group, and we specialize in helping the retail industry better manage their freight spend and practices. And with the additional assist from the leverage that RIA membership collectively created, we've been able to put together a fairly comprehensive freight management program for RIA members that offers significantly higher discounts than any other trade association, co-op, third-party reseller, or buying group offer. And by taking advantage of this program, not only will you recoup the full cost of the RIA membership dues, most all of you will realize savings in the thousands of dollars, as Terry mentioned, and I believe 10,000 and up is a very realistic figure to throw at you. And to back up that statement, in this presentation today, I'll provide hard numbers from a beta test, that we conducted with 10 RIA members prior to this webinar. So the purpose of the presentation today is to review the three main components of the program: the UPS discounts, the LTL truck rates, and the refund recovery audit service. And then we'll slide right over to the results of the beta test, and then we'll close the presentation with how to get started. So let's go ahead and go right into the heart and backbone of this program, which is the UPS discounts. And on your screen are the discounts by service type and weight break that are available through the RIA program. And these discounts will be applied to every package that's billed to your account. Doesn't matter if it's inbound from your vendors, outbound to your customers, third-party drop ships, returns. Again, every package that's billed to your account, you will get these discounts applied. Those of you who already have a UPS account established, your UPS account number is going to remain the same, your rep will remain the same, and UPS will still bill you directly. There will not be any third party involved. And the section that I want you to focus on is ground commercial. Why? Because the vast majority of your freight spend is on the inbound side from your vendors. And a common mistake that most vendors make is When you place a purchase order, most independent retailers instruct their vendors to ship on a prepay and add basis. Prepay and add means, hey, Mr. Vendor, will you ship the cheapest way and add the freight charges to my invoices? And that's strictly ground commercial. What you need to be aware of, and you're probably operating under the assumption that, oh, hey, our vendors are big, they ship all the time, I'm sure they have some great discounted rates with UPS or FedEx, and they pass on those discounted rates when they add the freight charges to my invoices. Well, that assumption is half right, in that, yes, all your vendors do have discounted rates, but no, they do not pass on those discounted rates when they add them to your invoices. The discount portion they put in their pocket as a profit center to help offset any other freight charges that they can't pass on to their clients. Case in point of that is we have a database of about 550 footwear vendors. Less than a dozen of them actually pass on any discounted rates. So that can show you the breadth of this industry standard. I want to make sure you understand me clearly. Your vendors are not doing anything wrong. They will ship any way that you want them to ship. You just need to tell them how you want them to ship. But if you instruct them to ship on a prepay and add basis, you should expect that you're going to be passed on the full published rates that UPS and FedEx charges, and UPS and FedEx have the exact same published rates. So in essence, you are not saving anything when you are instructing your vendors to ship on a prepay and add basis. Now, within that select group of vendors that do pass on a rate, Brooks is one of them. We actually audited their freight charges and determined that the discounts that they pass on are just a sliver better than this program. And even though the difference is pennies, nonetheless, any RIA member that wants to move forward with the program, we're going to advise them to, hey, keep Brooks in the same way that you're dealing with them and have them ship on a prepay and add basis, because there's no cost advantage to implementing this program with Brooks. But with all your other vendors, this is where this program is going to come into play. So whenever you qualify or do not qualify for like a free freight arrangement or maybe a fill-in type special deal of ship 2-day, charge ground, when those POs that you submit to vendors and you're going to straight up have to pay the freight, that is when this program will come into play and serve you well. You know, I talk to retailers most every day during the week, and the typical average size brick and mortar retailer will have a freight spend inbound alone of at least $25,000 a year, and that's a conservative figure. So by having your vendors not ship on a prepay and add basis and actually ship on a UPS collect basis, so you can gain these discounts of over 35%, well, 35% off of $25,000 is over $8,500 a year that you can realistically save by having your vendors ship UPS collect to your account instead of on a prepay and add basis. So this is the backbone of the program. And in the beta test results that we show you, we'll just show you what the savings were just through the discount program. It's not going to include any of the other components to it. Moving on to our LTL services, first of all, I want you to understand what LTL means. LTL means less than truckload. And that means we're not talking about the UPS little brown trucks that you see running around. These are the semi trucks, these 53-foot trailers that you see on the highway. And our LTL services come into play on shipments over 250 pounds. And those would be, you know, those pre-season orders that you place with your primary vendors that you will, all of you will get periodically throughout the year. And we have a pool of about 30 national and regional LTL carriers that we have specifically discounted rates specifically for footwear shipments. And what we do is anything over 250 pounds, we're going to actually generate 3 quotes and rate shop them to ensure that that shipment gets moved in the most cost-efficient manner. One, we're going to ask the vendor what their LTL rate quote is through their preferred carrier. then we rate shop through our pool of 30 carriers and determine what the cheapest quote is for that specific shipment. And then we also calculate what the cost would be through the UPS discount program. And between those three quotes, we choose the cheapest quote, and we advise that vendor to ship through that method. But with that said, even though there's significant savings through LTL, even versus the UPS program, case in point, let's say there's a large shipment and it's going from LA to New York. Well, via UPS, it might cost $1,000, but via LTL, it may only be $500. But this option still may not be an option for you in that transit times are different, meaning UPS from LA to New York, the guaranteed transit time is 5 days. With LTL service, it's 6 to 9 days. So if you have a purchase order that you need to have arrive prior to the weekend so you can get those goods out on the floor, because of the transit time difference, this may not be an option for you with that particular purchase order. Additionally, operationally, it may not make sense for you as well, because if you typically have only one employee managing your floor at your store location, hey, if a big truck pulls up in your back parking lot and he needs to go out and help offload that truck, but you have a customer out on your floor, well, obviously that's not going to be something that you're going to want your employee to do. So LTL may or may not be an option for you to consider. When we talk to you on an individual basis, we'll flesh that out and determine if it's appropriate or not. Moving on to the refund recovery audit service, most UPS as well as FedEx account holders are not aware that both carriers offer automatically for free money back guaranteed transit times on all their services. So that means every package that's billed to your UPS account has a guaranteed transit time. And if UPS does not meet that transit time, then you're eligible for a refund for the full cost of shipping that they charged you. And we know from historical delivery performance data that UPS fails to deliver on time about 5% of the time. So realistically speaking, you can expect to save up to about 5% off your spend with UPS on an annual basis. And if we hark back to that figure of that inbound figure of $25,000 a year, well, 5% of $25,000, that's $1,250. So that's what you can realistically expect to save through this program. There's no contract, there's no commitment. You can cancel this service at any time for any reason. It works strictly on a contingency basis. It's a 50-50 split. And if we don't generate a refund for you, there's no charge for the service. So those are the three main components to the freight management program. And I want to just briefly mention what type of level of customer support that you can expect to receive from us. Look, we hang our hat on customer service. When I'm personally or professionally dealing with any company, I expect a very high level of customer service. And that's exactly what we provide to you. Once we get you all set up, we don't disappear. We still remain as a single point of contact to help you resolve any issues that you may run into, whether it's UPS related or not. Got a billing issue, you got a pickup issue, you're not quite sure what to do with the shipment or whatnot, you can call us, and if we can't resolve the issue fully by ourselves, at least we'll be able to point you in the right direction. So again, you will not be left to your own devices. You will have actually an expert in the field of logistics that you could always lean on and call us at any time, and we will certainly help you out. Okay, so now I want to slide right into the cost savings analysis on the beta test that we ran with 10 RIA members prior to this webinar. And we picked out three to show you here today. One, the smallest retailer, the largest retailer, and then one, a middle size. And with the smallest, their 2017 prepay and add, meaning inbound freight spend for that year, was $15,000. Now, if you remember, I mentioned about Brooks not wanting, we were going to recommend that you not change anything with Brooks and you keep them on a prepay and add basis. Well, we want to take that a step further in this analysis and take the assumption that, hey, half of your POs that you submit to vendors will qualify for some type of free freight arrangement or special discount arrangement that you're going to not want to change and just leave on a prepay and add basis with your vendors. So that leaves half of your other shipping. So we're going to cut that $15,000 figure down to $7,500. They previously had no UPS or FedEx discounts. And once we put their account on the RIA discount program with UPS, they averaged a 34% discount average. So you take that discount average of 34% off of $7,500 and you get $22,250, which is realistically what they can expect to save on an annual basis. Moving on to the medium size beta tester, we're going to use the same assumptions. This time their 2017 prepay and add freight spend was $45,000. We're going to cut that in half. Again, they didn't have any UPS or FedEx discounts, and in fact, in the 10 RIA beta testers, the vast majority of them did not have any discounts at all, like this example here. And again, based on their outbound shipping and their inbound shipping and taking that 35% average discount, that adds up to just over $10,000 in savings from their prior year spend. And then moving on to the largest beta tester, well, they had in the UPS annual gross spend of $182,000 in 2017. So again, taking all those assumptions in play again, they were already doing everything that we're suggesting that you do, in that they already had discounts, and their discounts averaged 23% in 2017, and they were already having their vendor ship collect to their UPS account. Once we put their account on the RIA discount program, their discount increased from 23% to an average of 34%. So the delta is 11% discount. You take 11% off of their inbound spend, and again, they're over $10,000 in savings. And again, I want to remind you that we're not including LTL freight savings. We're not including the refund recovery audit service savings as well. So there you can see realistically the level of savings that you can realize through this freight management program. So those of you who are interested in participating in this program, the best way to get started is, if you are not already enrolled, we want you to enroll your account through ups.com in the billing center. And the reason being is twofold. One, we're going to be able to determine your current pricing, as well as get a good picture of your practices just by reviewing a couple of your UPS invoices. So prior to us even giving you a call to discuss your individual needs, we're going to already know what your current pricing and practices are. So we'll be able to go right into what we recommend that you implement within this program. Additionally, the only requirement to set up the refund recovery audit service is you have to be enrolled in the billing center through ups.com so we can access the data to run the audit. Now, I think, as Terry alluded to, the onboarding timeline this is not a situation where we're just going to be able to flip a switch and everything is in place. Not by any means. This is probably realistically a 1-month process from the time that you provide us with an ID and password to get in and access your account online to the time that we have a 15-minute call with you, and we submit the request to UPS to add your account to the discount program. That alone will take about 2 to 3 weeks. And while we're waiting for that, for UPS to link your account to the discounts, we're going to create a routing guideline for you. And a routing guideline are simply instructions for your vendors on how to ship your orders. And in the onboarding packet that Terry will provide you, there's going to be a vendor list. And you can simply mark off all the vendors that you want us to submit this routing guideline to. Again, to get started, I can't emphasize this enough. If you are not already enrolled in UPS.com and set up for electronic invoicing, that we need you to go online and create a login ID and password. This will very much expedite the process. And once your login credentials are established, we're going to want you to enroll in the Billing Center section of the website. And once you've accomplished that, we will want you to submit the completed RIA onboarding packet. And if you have more than one store location, we're going to ask you to provide a list of all your store addresses and any other additional UPS account numbers that you may have already set up. And then lastly, we'll need you to provide us with a preferred day and time that you can take a call from us and spend about 15 minutes on the phone to go over our analysis of your specific pricing and practices, so we can make the recommendations on what we feel is most appropriate for you to better manage your freight and lower your spend. So that is the presentation pretty much in a nutshell. Again, the backbone of the program is these discounts that are on your screen. So with that said, I'm going to turn this back over to Terry and see if you guys have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Steve. I appreciate that. As he mentioned, there will be a how-to guide that is really going to, in a very easy 2 or 3 step process, going to explain how to get set up in the program. That will be sent out on our go live date, which is the date that everyone can start signing up for the program, which is July 30th. So be on the lookout for that. And if you have any further questions, feel free to email me at terry@runningindustry.org. We appreciate you joining today. And with that, we're looking forward to launching a pretty terrific new member benefit, and we're looking forward to having all you participate. Thank you very much and have a great day.